Thank you so much for joining the art space, the art part of the activity today as we gather around the idea of celebrating Christmas. And our ministry here, the art space is sponsored by Epic Church. We're just so happy to provide a space where families can come together every single weekend and do something together. Spending time together as a family is so important, especially during this time of the year. Spending time together, togetherness, community is very important as families, and this is why we provide this for everyone in the community here in the city of Lombard in Yorktown Mall. So we just wanted to welcome you. My name is Andres. I am the pastor of this church, and we're going to have a really good time in the next 25 to 30 minutes. We're going to celebrate, we're going to sing, and we're going to spend a good time reflecting on this Christmas season. So let us sing a few songs, but before we sing a few songs, I have a couple of friends that I want to introduce you. They are thinking and reflecting on the amazing events surrounding the birth of Jesus. Let's go for it. But before we do anything else, if your conscience allows you and if you feel that you would like to do it, you are invited to pray with us and just invite God into this moment. We just want to thank you, our amazing God, for allowing us to be together. Let us enjoy a really good time and learn more about you in the upcoming moments. In your name we pray. And everyone says, Amen. All right.
Welcome to Bethlehem. I'm Nate, the stable manager. Oh, well, here comes Sarah. She's a local around here. Morning, Sarah. Doing laundry?
Yeah, I just got finished doing my laundry. There's a lot of people around here, and they're dressed really weird. I got an idea. I'm gonna put this down right here, and on the count of 3, why don't you guys just shout out what town you're from? 1, 2, 3.
Oak Brook.
Okay.
Well,
That's weird.
to celebrate Jesus' birth, I like to always bring us back to that very first Christmas where Jesus was born. He was actually born right here in this stable. Now, in order for us to do this, I'm going to actually need your help. Are you in?
Yes.
All right, well, let's get started.
Okay, so a long time ago, in this place called Bethlehem, it was a long.
No. More like 33 years ago, Sarah. There was this couple. It was Joseph and Mary. They were actually getting ready to get married. And then one night, something really strange, really weird happened. An angel came and visited Mary.
Oh yes, it was an angel. Let me see everybody put their hands out and clap their hands like angel wings. Clap their hands like angel wings.
Yeah, so the angel shared with Mary that night that she was getting ready to have a son, the Son of God, baby Jesus.
That's so special. The baby Jesus. Oh.
Yeah, but you see, it was kind of a spoiler for Joseph because they weren't married yet, and Joseph was like, "You're getting ready to have a baby? What?"
Oh, she was getting ready to have a baby. Come on, rock your hands like babies, everybody. That's a precious little baby. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so the angel actually comes back and he visits Joseph one night while he's asleep.
Oh, the angel's back. Clap your hands like angel wings again. Oh, the angel's perfect. You did it.
Yeah, and so that night the angel shared with Joseph while he was sleeping that it was okay, everything was going to be fine. This baby was the Son of God. But when Joseph woke up from his dream, the angel was nowhere to be found. But at the very same time, the emperor declared a census. That meant that everybody had to return to where their hometown was so that they could be counted. For Joseph and Mary, that was Bethlehem.
I know what the part of the story is. This is where they go build an ark, and then the animals go in 2 by 2, and then...
Sarah, wrong Bible story, Sarah. No, I'm sure Joseph and Mary only had a donkey, and they used that donkey to travel to Bethlehem.
That's true. Okay, so then in that case, we need to make donkey noises. Do you guys know what sound donkeys make? Let's do it.
Yeah.
You guys are ready to go. Let's go how about you play Simon Says? Okay, in a minute, what I'm going to have you do, you know what? This is Sarah Says. So when Sarah says, I want you to do it, okay? Sarah says, touch your nose. Touch your nose, everybody. Sarah says, touch your shoulders. Sarah says, switch seats with the person next to you. Switch seats, switch seats. Come on.
Oh, switch seats, switch seats.
Get on the move. Yeah.
Right? Now that we're done playing party games, back to the story of Jesus' birth. They begin their travel to Bethlehem. Yeah, the baby was born right on time. But you see, the problem is when they get to Bethlehem, there was no place for them because the place was packed. So they ended up having to have baby Jesus in a stable. He was born, he was laid in a manger. That's a thing that animals eat out of.
Oh, this is the part where we sing Silent Night. Let's sing that. You know what? Let's sing Silent Night. Perfect song. Perfect one. I got it. Yeah. The words will be on the screen. You can join me in singing.
people in town just like today, and then there's babies. Oh, babies are noisy. Babies are super loud. I mean, how can they think it was silent? It was more like a noisy night, I think, maybe?
You actually make a really good point, Sarah. I mean, animals are very loud, and so are babies, and all the ruckus. It was a full city. Yeah, noisy nights. seemed like a better name for the song. I'm sure it wasn't a Silent Night. I'm also sure that manger and the whole thing was just dirty. I know Joseph can use any wet ones to clean up that thing.
Oh, I know. I'm sure that there were cows, and I'm sure that there were donkeys, and I'm sure that there were pigs. Let's make some cow, some donkey, and some pig noises. Let me hear it. Yeah. See, that's moving.
You're probably also wondering, like, who else knew about the birth of Jesus? Was anyone else there? Well, actually, there were 3 shepherds that showed up and visited Jesus on the night of his birth. Now, they were very excited when they came to visit Jesus. Yes, now the shepherds, when they came, they saw Jesus, they could not keep silent about it. I mean, they went around and they were telling everybody about the birth of Jesus because of how excited they were. They saw the Son of God. And just as they were telling everyone about Jesus, we're going to do the exact same thing right now by singing, Go Tell It on the Mountain.
Jesus being born anyway? I mean, it was just a baby.
It's actually a really good question, Sarah. You see, because Jesus' birth was a miracle. That's because Jesus was fully human, but he was also fully God. And when Jesus was born, it was totally a miracle. And then when he grew up, he went on to do a lot of miraculous things. And of course, we know a miracle is something that only God can do. Now, as you've been exploring and walking all around Bethlehem and hearing stories, you've probably heard about some of the amazing things that Jesus did. And it was absolutely amazing. That's just to say it mildly. But also, you're probably wondering, like, okay, so that was some time ago. Jesus was born, but he's no longer here with us. But here's the beautiful thing. Jesus is still with us. He's with you wherever you go. He's with me wherever I go. Jesus is always with us.
And you want to know what I love about that, Nick?
What's that, Sarah?
Because Jesus was born, we're able to go and we can sing carols all about Jesus.
Why don't we do that? Let's worship together as we get ready for our passion to share with us more about Jesus' birth today.
Let's go. Let's go.
Merry Christmas, family.
Merry Christmas.
Let's all stand together and just get loose, get ready to sing. And kids, if you'd like to come in closer, and just feel free to just come closer if you'd like. And then
Sit on the floor. Yeah. Yes, go right ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead and you can sit there. Or on the carpet. You can sit on the carpet. Go by there.
put our hands together, church. and Lord.
We're so thankful for just being here and singing praises to you. Lord, let us remember why you came down to save us all. From the start, from the beginning to the very end, waiting for your return, Father. We just want to praise you and glorify your name. Be with us now as Pastor speaks with us and bless us, Lord. In your name we pray. Amen.
Thank you. So, if I may have your attention for a few minutes, let us reflect on the beauty of the season in which we are finding ourselves. Think about it. A few days from today, we are not going to start a new year. We are not going to start just a new season. We're going to start a new decade. We're going to start a new period of time, 10 more years. So let me ask you a question. How is this Christmas season finding you? And why is the story of the manger and the stable relevant to you and important to all of us? And I want to submit to you that the reason this is incredibly important for us is because it's deeply, deeply human. I didn't understand what it means to be a father until our first daughter was born. And I still remember that cold night in December in the state of Indiana, driving to Mishawaka, Indiana, knowing that our baby was going to be born. And I knew that my life was going to change forever. My life was never going to be the same because the birth of a child is a turning point. After a child is born, nothing is the same. But after this one child was born, nothing was the same. And it's such an incredibly important date that in history we divide time in history according to his birth, the birth of Jesus Christ. Now, I just want to submit to you 3 reasons why we should celebrate and we should consider. I know that during Christmas season, all of us get super busy, gift shopping, traveling, going to Christmas parties and gatherings, and there is going to be the cousin and the relative that you never want to see. I promise you, he or she will be there. But there are many other reasons why we should be extremely thankful and happy and celebrate the birth of Jesus Christ. If you look at the story of Jesus, it says that Joseph went up from the town of Nazareth in Galilee to Bethlehem, to the town of David, because he belonged to the house of David. And he went there to register Mary, who was pledged to be married to him and expecting a child. Now, check it out. While they were there, the time came for the baby to be born, and she gave birth to the firstborn, a son. She wrapped him in clothes and placed him in a manger because there was no guest room available for him. I mean, this is incredible. The story of Christmas is good news for you, it's good news for me if you feel lonely. If you feel lonely, the story of Jesus is incredibly good news for you. If you feel that people do not understand you, that people do not understand where you're coming from and where you're going, if you feel misunderstood, if you feel a little rejected by people, the story of Christmas, the story of Jesus being born in a manger is extremely good news for you. Second, if you have been feeling rejected, the story of Christmas is extremely good news for you. Have you felt lonely or rejected during 2019? Well, I have really great news for you. The story of Christmas is good news for you because this little baby boy, Jesus, was rejected. He was abandoned. He was not allowed, he was not invited into anybody's home, and he had to be born in this stinky place that now we call the stable and the manger. So if 2019 was a time of loneliness or rejection, good news, Jesus understands that. If you have been lonely, Jesus understands that. If you have been sad or depressed, Jesus understands that. The story of Christmas is not only the story of a baby boy that was born, it's the story of somebody that actually understands, is somebody that actually cares, is somebody that actually loves, somebody that actually extends you friendship, and he wants to be with you because he was one of us. And this line where it says, she gave birth to a firstborn, a son, a child. Like, for Jesus to become the most vulnerable person in society so that you and I could become the most lovable people in the world. Like, him becoming extremely vulnerable, he did that to show us what love really means. We live in a world in which loneliness, depression, sadness, and isolation are an epidemic. In the state of Illinois, in Cook County, dear friends, 44% of males report to have some sort of depressive week or season in the last 30 days. Around 60% of, in Cook County, 60% of females report to have some sort of depressive season also in their lives. If you have been feeling depressed, rejected, or lonely, the story of Christmas, let the story of Christmas bring hope and joy to your heart, because you can know that he is with you, that he promised to be with you, that he loves you no matter what. No matter what 2019 was for you, that does not have to be the same story in 2020. If 2019 was a year in which you were rejected, 2020 is going to be the year in which you are going to be accepted. If 2019 was a year in which you were a little isolated, a little lonely, 2020 could be the year in which you could be thriving in the context of friendship and community. If maybe financially speaking it was not a great year, because Jesus became poor, now you could become rich, not only in terms of money, but you can be rich in terms of happiness and joy. Whatever it is that you're going through, he is the answer for anything that aches your heart. And this is why right now we're going to sing one more song or a couple of more songs. We're going to do that, and as we do that, we want to invite you to sing and to reflect on what the story of Christmas and the story of Jesus being born means to all of you. We are here, Epic Church is here every single weekend. We do the art space. We offer the art space as a free art and community service to people, but also we have here a worship service, a worship experience for everyone to connect with God and reconnect with him and have a relationship with him. So as we do that, think about the meaning of Christmas, think about your own journey, invite that into our hearts, and we invite you to come back next weekend here and join us for an amazing time with Jesus Christ. Let us sing a couple of more songs.
We invite you to stand and sing with us again. Do we still have some energy in us? Because this next one is a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun, I'll tell you that. It's such a beautiful song about the love of God. He loved us so much that he sent his one and only Son to be our salvation and our hope for all of our lives. So let's sing together. Let's have some fun.
Come and thirst no more.
Jesus is waiting. God so loved the world. God of creation, there at the start, before the beginning of time. With no point of reference, you spoke to the dark and fleshed out the wonder of light. And as you speak, 100 billion galaxies are born. In the vapor of your breath, the planets form. If the stars are made to worship, so will I can see your heart in everything you say. Every burning star, a signal fire of grace. If creation sings your praises, so will I.
Fall
one you created, the light of the world, abandoned in darkness to die. Ooh, and as you speak, 100 billion failures disappear. Well, you lost your life so I could find it. If you left the grave behind you, so will I. I can see your heart in everything you've done. Every part designed in a work of art called love. If you gladly chose surrender, so will I. I can see your heart a billion different ways. Every precious one, a child you died to save. If you gave your life to love, and so will I. Like you would again 100 billion times. But what measure could amount to your desire? You're the one who never leaves the one behind.
Alrighty, so we want to invite you to just think with us for a moment and give thanks to God for this amazing time together. We just want to thank you for allowing us to be here today, for celebrating, for doing crafts and arts, and more importantly, for being reminded that the fact that you were born, the fact that you exist, the fact that you came to the world give us hope, friendship, companionship with God, and also we may find conciliation with you through the reality that Jesus was born. And may we all enjoy a really happy and safe Christmas time. We pray in your name, and everyone says,
Amen.
Amen. Have a beautiful, beautiful end of 2019, and may you be blessed. Amen.
Amen.
Don't go anywhere though. We want to sing one more little, just short little song together. I think everybody knows this one, but we wish you a Merry Christmas. So sing it together, this song, joyfully and happily. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. May peace wrap its arms around you. May peace wrap its arms around you. May peace wrap its arms around you for Christmas this year. May your heart be filled with wonder. May your heart be filled with wonder. May your heart be filled with wonder for Christmas this year. For Christmas this year. For Christmas this year. Merry Christmas, family.
I just want to remind everybody, if you didn't get a chance to finish all your crafts or visit all the stations, we're opening up the market again. If you didn't get a chance to go